What is up, everyone? It's Mr.StealUrGurl coming back at you with the StealSpeaks Open. I'm just letting you all know that I have to move now because we bought a house. So please bear with me on the, well, how would I say this? The slowness of the StealSpeaks Open coming out. So please understand that I have a lot to do. I'm gonna work really hard while I'm in boxes. Well, all my stuff is in boxes to bring you the content you guys want. So thank you guys very much for supporting me, but this has to happen. The girlfriend, she won the battle in the house. I said no, but she said yes, so therefore we got a house. You young boys and young men will learn someday that you cannot say no to your woman if she really wants something. So that's just how life goes, so get over it. Anyhow, thank you all again for your understanding. So without further ado, here is the match with our esteemed players. We got Telcrome spawning in as the blue Cybran, dropping down some hardcore eco per the proper protocol, and he's getting 2 research stations. That is quite interesting. This is definitely an air map. I do not suggest doing that. And his opponent, let's see if I could spin this in time. The one, the only Polarbearz spawning in as his regular color, orange, and he is an Aeon commander, dropping down 1 air factory and going hardcore eco. P-Gen's in a line. I don't know if that's cool or not, but you know what? It's Polarbearz. He could do whatever the heck he wants. And I want to note, he went factory before the commander capped his 2 mexes. And there is a scout. He's going to see that there are 2 research stations and no factories just yet. But we know that there's a land factory being queued up. I wonder if Polarbearz saw that go down. But I think Polarbearz really wanted to win air because it's customary for this to be an air map. So he dropped down an air factory and helped 1 air unit out of that factory with the commander, and then he capped his mexes. A little bit of a sacrifice on eco, but it may have been worth it in the long run for the factories, for the air count. There we go. So I'm gonna make this a little bit faster. Polarbearz is just parking some of his air units there just to get a radar signature, just to be able to see the radar signatures on what his opponent's building. His opponent really has nothing to drop these out of the sky yet, so Polarbearz units has free reign all over Telchrome's base. And their Telcrome has gotten the AA upgrade on that factory. And there's another factory right there. Very nice placement to protect that mex. And Polarbearz may lose an air unit. That engineer is not going to die. Oh, here we go. 2 more bombers, and boom! Down goes that engineer. And 1 air unit goes down. So poor Polarbearz, he loses 1 air unit. I'm just playing. Telcrome really lost out there. Losing 1 engineer is a very painful event, especially early on in the match. It's not even 5 minutes in and 1 engineer down. That's very painful, but not as painful as losing it within the in your starting base section. You know, when you start building a base, that's when it really, really hurts. And down goes a radar. And we got adapters. That's going to be really, really helpful for Telcrome to hold this off. So hopefully Telcrome gets enough adapters on the field to protect himself. And Telcrome built another engineer. Where is that engineer going? Could you tell us, please? I have no idea. Probably going right here. I think he's queued up all his there we go. He's queued up all his factories. And oh, it's building more mass, which is a good idea. And speaking of building more mass, Polarbearz really needs to put that engineer to good use. He's got another engineer paused over there. I guess he needs the mass to throw down some land units. He sees the... And down goes that radar again. I like how Telcrome built on the wreck, but that unfortunately made it very easy for Polarbearz to find it and destroy it again. And Polarbearz is smart. He's getting a combination of land and air units, because at this point, air units are going to be a little bit more difficult. I like how the Cobra may be coming out. I think Telcrome really needs to focus more on things like Brackman and Loyalist, but the Cobra could be very, very helpful. And I do believe, I think Polarbearz may be going for teleport, considering the veterancy we just saw. And yes, Polarbearz is going straight for a land production. And what is that? That engineer is just going to sit there, it looks like. That's not all that useful. It would be really great if he did cap that mechs, but maybe he doesn't need it. Telchrome's got vision on his ACU. I wonder what he may be doing. Is he going nanogun? And that factory shield protects that mechs from that bombing run. I mean, not mechs, my goodness. Radar from that bombing run. And I like how there's a large number of loyalists there. Those things are not loyalists, my goodness. I'm having one of those days, right? A large number of adapters to shoo away air units. Telcrome gets land training 2 on the land units. Not bad. And a tactical missile launcher is going to take out that mechs. I think that is definitely worth it. Worth the upgrade. Telcrome really needs to work on, make sure his control is top notch right now. Keep that commander underneath the adapter shields and he should be just fine. But I do have a sneaking feeling that Polarbearz is going straight for teleport. I just have a feeling. And I really, really like... Oh, there it is. I had a feeling. I probably saw that. And there it goes. Teleport. And now Telcrome has to back up all his units to take those things out. Yeah, those Yenzus are just going to keep teleporting away from Telchrome's units and just wreak as much havoc as they can. And how many power generators? It appears that Polarbearz has 2 power generators left. And I think this last one is going to go down. And that could actually kind of hurt Polarbearz' power situation. But Polarbearz' mass situation is actually pretty good. But Polarbearz only has 1 power generator. So if this battle goes on further and Polarbearz doesn't notice his power going down, this could actually become a problem because it'll really slow down the rate in which units are built. And again, that radar stays alive from 1 pass. The second pass, though, it is definitely not going to make it through. Even though those shields don't go down, Cybran shields allow a portion of the attack to go through. And those bombers are just going to try and take out that factory. Yeah, those bombers really want that factory to die because of that TML. And that TML takes out a radar and a factory. Wow. Telcrome really needs to be careful here. Those units are... Do they really collapse all those adapter shields? Uh-oh. Polarbearz got antimatter chrome shield on his unit, so they are very strong. If I were Telcrome, I'd be very, very careful. And there comes a snipe. It appears that Polarbearz is going straight for him, but no, he runs past, and it appears that his Polarbearz units are getting wiped off the face of the planet. Loyalists up close could do so much damage. And there's Polarbearz replenishing his power grid. It appears that his power grid did take some damage. It looks like it got hurt there. Just a little bit. And Telcrome, what is he doing with that engineer? Really should be helping or expanding. And oh my goodness, Telchrome's going for a snipe. That is one crazy play right there. And is it really good? Is it gonna work? Polarbearz is under the shield. Bomber's going off, and it looks like he's in the yellow. It looks like Polarbearz is going to survive this. That's how I think that's what's gonna happen. Another shield goes up, and Polarbearz, a handful of loyalists are just not gonna cut it. And Telcrome is hunkered. Why didn't he run away? He should have used that attack as a chance to run away. But Telcrome hunkered. He is going to be whittled down very slowly, and boom, down he goes. This was an awesome match. I really enjoyed that one because I like that proxy. What is up with my pronunciation today? I'm sorry, guys. I really am trying to get these out as soon as I can because, like I said, I'm moving, and as soon as things start really hitting the fan, I am going to have to be like not doing this, so please understand that. I like that Telchrome's proxy base, how that just bombarded all of this stuff right here and made a nice little no man's land. I really like that. That really denied a mechs, maybe two mechs, and it took out a factory, several power generators. Very cool there. And usually this is an air map, but Telcrome did a really great job holding up against Polarbearz with land. But then again, it's Siren versus Aeon Air. It'd be just a matter of time before the Aeon Air wins out. So I think Telcrome did the right thing. And I like how Polarbearz went straight for one we do both. Just get that right out of the factory. And two research stations, very nice there to try to keep up with the two research stations of Telcrome. And as you can see, Polarbearz has replenished his power grid with 5 power generators on top of that one, so that makes a total of 6. And look at all the dead loyalists there. They look like squished bugs. That was a very sad indeed. That was very sad indeed when that failed. You could see all the damage done, and more power generators, it looks like, got destroyed. Lots of damage happened there. If only those loyalists, a couple of those, were able to jump up here on this ridge and take out this stuff right here. If you just sent a couple loyalists and a couple of adapters, that could have been quite effective, forcing Polarbearz to fight two fronts. That probably would have been the best course of action. And if Telcrome could have gotten enough units up here, take out a couple of vet mechs, that would have definitely bankrupted Polarbearz, and he would just have to fight it off and maybe build another base. Telcrome could have expanded, maybe move into megaliths or even air of his own, or just build a factory spam. He probably could have easily taken Polarbearz out if he would have done that. But shoulda, woulda, coulda. I don't know if that would have actually worked. Then again, let me take that back. Taking out Polarbearz is never an easy task. So going down where my cursor is probably would have helped, in my opinion. But you know, we could see everything. The viewer, myself, we could see everything. So Telcrome was in a totally different bind. He was fighting right up the middle the best he could. And he did well. So, very well done there, Telcrome. You are going to the losers bracket. You have another chance. I'm sorry it's called losers bracket. You are far from a loser, but that's what it's called. And I want to say thank you for trying. Thank you for playing so hard. You did amazing against an awesome opponent. And Polarbearz, you did amazing, as always. one of the best players of all time. So thank you very much for joining the StealSpeaks Open and playing this match. You did so well. You took out an awesome player. You guys are both awesome players, so you already know that. But anyhow, thank you guys very much for playing, and thank you all for watching. So subscribe to my channel, like this video, share with your friends, families, and foes. And as always, everyone, GG.